Hey, family, welcome to another episode of She Say, He Say ATL. And hanging out with us today, we have a newlywed couple that's in the building. And as you guys know, what we've been talking about this season of She Say, He Say, we've been talking about black marriage, and we've been talking about the importance of black marriage and how black marriage can actually help change the paradigm for us as a people in this country. So my wife, my lovely wife, expressed to me that we needed to have a couple, a newlywed couple on the show, and we needed to talk to them, ask them some questions, and see if they truly ready for what it is that they just walked into, right? So we're gonna have that conversation this evening, and real quickly, we're gonna allow them to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Chandra Bell. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I am a newlywed.
Okay, all right.
How y'all doing? My name is James. I'm from Atlanta. I'm a newlywed.
Okay, all right. Hope. Hats off to you, brother. Hats off to you.
Yeah, Mr. Bell.
Yeah, all right.
Excuse me.
I am Shantae Bailey. I am Original Knockoff's wife of 11 years now. We've been here in Atlanta for about 13 and a half years, and I'm excited about the show.
All right. And once again, I'm your boy, Original Knockoff. You can find me on IG at original_knockoff. And once again, I've said this once before, did get a DM. Somebody asked me, Original Knockoff. I dig it, but what is it? It's just Original Knockoff. Here's the thing. If I so believe that I'm made in God's image, I am what? I am a knockoff. But out of all the people that you know, I may be one of the most original people that you may ever meet, thereby going by Original Knockoff. So that was for you, DM, right? In case anybody else wanted to ask that question. So Original Knockoff on IG. But let's get into it. So we got some questions for the newlywed couple, and we want to see if they ready to do what it is that they doing. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let me ask you this, and this is a question for you. What did you see in Mr. Bell that made you know that he was the one that you needed to spend the rest of your life with?
He's very motivating. His looks, he's very affectionate. He's a family man, big on family. He loves God. And, you know, we come from like a similar background. So that's what made me want to spend my entire life with him.
Okay.
I have a question. How long have you guys been married?
We only have been married for, it's been a month
month
now.
Okay.
But we have been together for 3 years.
Okay.
We've been together for 3 years. So it's like, okay, legally 1 month. But it seems like, you know, we've already been married because we have been living together for 2 years.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like, you know,
You just made it official.
you just made it official. It's like,
to.
it's not really too
Had
new to us. It's just official, you know.
Yeah.
I dig it. So I'm gonna pose the same question to you. Now, and this is big because black people, of course, we only married at about 39%, and usually whether women want to dictate it or accept this fact or not, it's usually men who dictate marriage, right? Most women want to get married, but it's usually the man who says, "Okay, let's jump the broom, let's do it." And we're only doing it about 39%. So my question to you is, what made you decide that Mrs. Bell was a woman that you was gonna spend the rest of your life with, bro? Because when we go to the pub or when we go to the bar, you can't have them conversations that we used to have no more, because you chose one woman for the rest of your life. What made her that woman?
Well, a couple of good things, a lot of things. Man, she's smart. She's loving. Her good spirit light up the room with her smile. She God fearing. I like the fact we did meet in the club.
Okay.
But I like how she represented herself in the club. That made me come at her. I gave her my number. She called me. So it was like her choice. I gave her the choice, you know. And, the thing that struck me when we exchanged numbers and stuff in social media is she don't reveal herself like most women. Oh, she don't reveal herself like most women do. She, you know, real classy, real nice, real upbeat, real like, you know. So she going to school. She, you know, she work with single parent shelter stuff. She's real caregiving. And just a lot of things, man. Just gravitated me to her. You know, but beforehand. But then when we talked and got deeper, that would let me know, you know, she's got her mind on her, you know, head on the shoulder, real good spirit, helping, loving.
I dig it. Yeah, she and just for a little backstory, we used to work together, right? So I do know her, and I know those things about her. Very intelligent, lights up a room. She come in with a smile. She's that way all the time. I think the whole time, the brief period we did work together, I never think I saw her have a bad day, right? So she's real cool people. I used to tell her all the time, hey, look, Chrisette Michelle, come here, I'm gonna talk to you, right? Because she worked on one of my teams. I said, look, Chrisette, I tell her, she like Chrisette Michelle, look, Chrisette, come here. And we used to talk, we used to have a conversation, but never once did she ever, I think, ever had a bad day, right? So she's definitely good people, and I second what you said. Okay. All right. So, when you guys decided to get married, what were those marital goals?
I mean, okay, so our marital goals are, we have a child, so we want to create generational wealth. So my husband, our daughter name is Milani. He was like, okay, I want to make a clothing line for her, and I said, okay. I said, I like that. And as a matter of fact, my cousin actually inspired him to do it because she designed a lot of our daughter's clothes her first year being in the world, and now, you know, that's his motivation and inspiration behind it. He's like, okay, I like it. She's doing a good job. I want to do it too. I said, yeah, you can do it, babe. So one of our goals is to create generational wealth, because a lot of black families, they don't create generational wealth. And I know how I was raised. You work a 9-to-5 job, save up, to get your retirement 401k. And I'm like, no, it's time for us to change. We have to change the narrative. Exactly. I'm like, you know what? We need to change the narrative. So now we're trying to invest in doing clothing. He loves He loves to design clothes. So, you know, it's not really my niche or my passion, but if his passion, I'm going to motivate him and, you know, promote him, and, you know, to get him out there. I'm going to do whatever I need to do, but that's his passion. But of course, I'm going to support him and advocate for him. So that's one of our biggest goals, is to create generational wealth, and just to, you know, stay grounded in the word, and, you know, make sure that we keep God first in our marriage, So just basically to grow spiritually as well. So create generational wealth and to grow spiritually. I know those are like two of the goals that we have, like long-term goals.
Okay. All right. I dig it. So one of the things I noticed rather, is you said he's building a clothing line. It's not really your thing, but you're going to support him.
Right.
What does that support look like?
Support looks like basically promoting on Instagram, promoting on social media platforms. You know, hey baby, do you need me to go out and order some shirts for you? Hey, do you need me to go with you to network? That's what support looks like. Networking, and just basically, you know, social media is the platform and how you network yourself. So just on social media, as well as going places as well with him, because it's a good idea. I feel like it's a lucrative business, you know, so I'm willing to support it.
Okay. So with that going places, social media is big. It is a huge platform to actually begin to get your product out there. Another way is trade shows. Have you tried any trade shows out of curiosity? What trade shows have you tried?
I did like some trade shows off of ATL Airport.
Okay.
Over at Hood Ridge.
Okay.
Like when they had different events, like school events and stuff.
Look closer.
School events and stuff.
All right.
I come. They let me come in. They asked me to actually come and make stuff for everybody, like security, everybody in the building. And
Okay.
then have my table and stuff posted out. And I might have somebody working with me. I might just be by myself, have my table set up and my stuff, and just take up whoever want to come. Or I might meet somebody up there that wanted something that time.
Okay. All right. Well, just some advice from an entrepreneur to entrepreneur. Make sure you're keeping all your numbers. In other words, what designs are selling the most? Keep your numbers, because ultimately you're going to get, one of these days, you're going to get your product in a room with people with money. And you're going to want to be able to tell those people this particular product has sold this many units. And kind of like Damon Johns got started. You know that story? You know that story real quick, because it's out the subject, but I love it. When he started FUBU, he just went to, I don't know if it was the magic show. It might have been a magic show, but he had a few designs that he took to a trade show. At that trade show, few designs, FUBU was a hit. FUBU had multi-thousand orders. He didn't have the money to create it. He went and found a factor. Can't remember exactly who the factor was. I think they did. They were in electronics at the time, but he found a factor who fronted him the money, right, to go ahead and create and fill those orders. That's how FUBU got launched. Okay, so just to let you know, make sure you keep in your numbers so that when you get in that room with those investors, you can tell them, this is how I can grow your money. Because this design right here, if I can print 50,000 of these tomorrow, I can sell 50,000 the day after. And this is how we gonna get your money. Just a little something for you.
Appreciate
I have
that.
a question.
Appreciate
Are you more the entrepreneur in the relationship? Yeah.
Yeah.
How you can tell.
You are. Yeah. And so how does the support in that way, do you feel, how do you support him in that way? Because he is, he's the one, well, you guys are a unit or a couple, but he's the one that's out there. Like you said, it's his dream, but I'm here to support him. I got his back. I want to motivate him. I'm going to advocate for him. But on days where it might get hard, it might get tough, right? It's his dream. It's easy for you to say, it's your dream. You want to do this. I'm just here. So how do you continue? How would you say you would continue to be motivation at that time? Because as women, we might, it's like, what, these shirts not selling like you said they, or whatever it is. And so how do you, how would you handle that? Like, how do you handle when things aren't on the up and up, but he still is holding on because it is his passion, and he does have an entrepreneurial spirit inside. How would you handle that?
That's a good question. Well, of course, we both still have 9-to-5 jobs.
Okay.
Just praying and just trying to stay as positive as I can, and not letting it show on my face or my body language. But I tell him, I said, we got to think realistically. I said, once we see how we're doing, and if it's generating revenue and income, then we can maybe take a step further, and you can invest in it full time. But right now, we both have full time jobs because it's a little hit or miss. But I still remain positive, and like I said, advocate for him, and that's his passion. He's trying to get me to get that entrepreneur spirit. I don't really have it all the way in me. It's kind of getting there, but that's more so of him. But it's rubbing off on me slowly but surely. I can't say that.
I will say that, and that's really good what you were saying. And I will say this: my husband is the entrepreneur in our relationship, right? I am corporate all the way.
Me too.
Now, when we first started, I had some properties. I was doing some real estate, doing some little stuff on my own. But I was going to work. I needed that steady paycheck, blah, blah, blah. But he has always been more, vision in the sky. This is what we're going to do. We can do this. We got this and that. And I'm like, I don't see it. Where is it at? But you still have to remain, like you said, very positive And like you said, not only in your words, but your body language. Because we can say one thing,
Right.
but you be like, you know what? What is, I'm not with this. This is not for me.
That's facts.
It's facts. And so
Yeah.
that they can pick up on that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
they can pick up on that. They can make and break their motivation.
Right.
So it is important. It's really good to have a dreamer. I call it a dreamer. It's an entrepreneur, but it's important to have that, and it is important to have, I think, one person that's like, okay, babe, you know, we gonna stay on task. We're gonna do this now. We got this over here, but we still gotta, you know, we're gonna do this. I think it's important to have that balance. So I think that's good. I really do.
Most definitely. It's going to take a little longer to build your dream because you're spending a lot of time building somebody else's dream, right? And that's simply working the 9 to 5.
Right.
And as black people, that's often our situation. Oftentimes, we have to build other people's dream while we work on ours part-time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it takes us a lot longer to get there, right?
Yep.
And that's the unfortunate fact. But in our relationship, 100%, I am the dreamer. Always have been the dreamer.
Yeah.
But when we moved to Atlanta, I mean, seriously, when we moved to Atlanta, we were renting a home. We had, 5 kids. I was on unemployment because I had just left KC. General Motors had laid me off, so I was on unemployment. She was working, and we had tough days.
Yes.
Now, our kids never knew we
Right.
had tough days, but we had tough days. And then we look at our life now, and I asked her, I said, did you ever think we'd be able to do what it is we do and live the life that we live? And what's your answer?
Hell no. But no, but seriously, he is right. And so just the other day, he's right. We struggle. We were on the struggle bus many days. We have a blended family. I have 3 girls that are adopted. He has 2 boys from a previous marriage. So when we moved down, it was 5 of us. But he was unemployed, but in the house, he ran it like a business. Everybody, knew homework was done, food was ready, clothes was ready. So he wasn't one of those brothers that was not doing anything. He was, but he was inside the home. And I had to do the part on the outside of the home, which in an entrepreneur relationship, you may have to do that sometimes. Roles may be reversed or whatever. But, 11 years later of marriage, we were taking a drive Sunday in a classic car that we were considering purchasing with cash, money we had saved up, and we were talking about our next house and just all these different things. And he asked me the exact same question. Do you think, did you think back then that we would be here, talking about doing the things that we're doing now and talking about the things that we're talking about? We got a daughter that's graduating from college on Saturday. I mean, Jehovah has really blessed us, like tremendously blessed us. And that's what I said. That's what I mean when I say you have to just stick with it. You're going to have those days where it's like, man, I don't like you. But hopefully the thing is to never fall out of love or out of like on the same days. You got to be able to withstand because it's worth it. It's worth it. Yesterday, my kids came over. 2 of them are out the house. They came over. They cooked breakfast. We were just able to see the fruits of our labor, with our kids and raising them and all that, the goodness that Georgia has brought to us. So just stick with it. Stay with it.
Yeah, man. And the biggest thing, and I'm going to move on to the next question, but you guys have a great dynamic because if you want to build that wealth that you guys are wanting to build for your child, one of you have to be a dreamer, right? One of you have, because she asked me the same question. Did you ever think that we'd own all the properties that we own and have the life that we have? I said, yes, I had to. Yeah. Right? Because I'm the dreamer, right? I had to be able to see it because if I didn't see it, we'd both have our head down working 9 to 5 waiting on retirement.
Right.
When the reality of it,
Right.
I mean, that's facts. If I couldn't see it.
Right.
And I told her we got a lot more coming. But I asked her, I said, would you be happy if we quit right now? Would you be happy? What'd you say?
I said, no, I would not be happy because I know you would not be happy because you want to continue to go. And I know the drive is in you.
That's it.
So I'm here.
So, brother, keep doing what it is you're doing. Give her what she need, though. Because I tried it. Now, my wife needs a steady paycheck.
I do.
She
I
needs she needs that steady paycheck. Give her what she need. So give her that, but work diligently on your business. So that goes to the next question. What does you guys' financial plan look like? Your educational plan, what does that look like? And lastly, what was your spiritual plan? So first, what is your financial plan?
Our financial plan is to build generational wealth and save our money. That's what our financial plan is. Because for emergency funding for a rainy day. Because like you said, 2020 was a crazy year. A lot of people lost a lot of stuff. So we didn't really write anything down. We just basically we were verbal about it, but just financially, just create generational wealth and to save our money. And we work and we have to invest in ourselves. Save some of our money or our check to invest in ourselves because. It take a lot it's money investing in yourself.
It is.
Right.
You got to invest in yourself before you make some money. And then you may not make no money back in time. And I feel like as far as educationally, I was thinking about going back to school to get my master's in social work, but I don't know. Now I'm leaning towards real estate.
Okay.
I wanna real estate. My cousin, she gave me some gems about real estate and just basically, at least with real estate, you can, it's money in that and it's not going anywhere. Real estate, it's a very broad field, so that's where I'm at right now.
People gonna always need a place to live.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
God
like
is not building
rental
more.
properties.
God
Right.
ain't building
She
no more
in
world.
HGTV, so I told her she might as well.
Right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
She
doing.
might as well do that.
HGTV. I
She
love
love
HGTV.
HGTV, decorating. She love doing that. So I'm
Definitely.
like, you need to do the real. That
Yeah.
need to
And
be
I'm
your
a people
thing.
person too, so
Yeah, she. good on
I'm
that
like,
computer.
okay, I like people. I like to show people stuff. I have a very upbeat personality, so I believe that's my next goal that I'm probably going to, try to accomplish.
I
If
dig
you
it.
do something that you love and you started talking about real estate, you started smiling, then you'll never work.
Right.
You will always find the motivation to keep going.
Right.
So that's what I would have to say about it. I love real estate too.
Keep
I
telling her
love-
why she flipped that
love
first
it.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's more
Yeah.
so of me than the shirts. But
Yeah.
I support him with the t-shirts.
Yeah. It's definitely addictive. She'll know. As soon as we buy a house, I can't wait to rehab.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's addictive because you take these little houses and nobody wanted them, and then turn it into something beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm addicted to it.
and it's steady cash.
Yeah.
Steady
Yeah.
money.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so that's what we trying to, do research. I was looking into my friend. She told me about Metro Brokers. They have a school. They have a
Training campus.
A training campus, So I was thinking about taking an accelerated course over the summer and get my real estate license.
Okay. So here's what I meant by that question. I knew that we as a people, we would go there because that's what we think about when we think about education, right? My wife and I book club together. Y'all book club?
No, yeah, we ain't started.
We a little bit.
Okay.
We're getting there. And
Okay.
we just had that conversation how we need to
Okay.
read books, and our therapist
Yeah.
recommended a book.
Yeah.
A recommend. So
Yeah.
we're just starting to do
Yeah,
that.
together.
That's one of the
Good.
most important things that I can give you guys as a young couple. Just make sure that the direction that you want to go, educate yourself in that direction. That don't mean go spend multi-thousands of dollars on a college education, right? What that means is if you want to invest in houses, I got several books I can see you right here in this phone, right? Y'all sit down together, right? Now, I'm huge on Audible. I lie to you not. I use Audible. I was listening to a book on the way here, right? So I'm huge on Audible. If y'all don't have time to sit together and turn pages while y'all riding around the city, put a book on.
Yeah.
One of y'all take notes, right? And y'all talk about it. But it's going to be very important for y'all to educate yourself in the direction in which you want to go. If you want to invest in real estate, it's books on investing in real estate. If you want to invest in the stock market,
Right.
it's books on the stock market. I just had a daughter, my 18-year-old. She decided she didn't want to go to college no more. She decided she wanted to be on her own. First thing I did is I said, hey, read this book.
Yeah, don't say the name. They're not paying us.
I'm not gonna say the name, but it was a book basically helping her watch out for those pitfalls that most young people get into. right? About her money. She wanted to go out and get this huge car payment. Read this book. Right? She wanted to go out.
Give you guys the title after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She wanted to go out and get herself into a whole bunch of financial trouble because we build our kids' credit when they're young. So she had good credit, right? We put our kids on their credit cards before they get out of high school. So the credit was good, but she wanted to go out and destroy it. I said, read this book first. That's essential for the rest of y'all's marriage. Make sure that you guys are always finding something. That's when I say education. Finding something to read together so that you grow in the direction that you want to go. You guys are spiritual people. I bet you read the Bible together, don't you? Right? You read the Bible together. That's because you want to be evenly yoked and you want that 3-strand cord, right?
Right.
Well, if you want to be financially successful, if you want to build generational wealth, unfortunately, a lot of those answers are in the Bible.
It sure are.
Right? So what you have to do is you have to grab those books out there that speak to that and read it incessantly, just like you would the Bible.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's how, like you said, that's how you ensure that you grow together. That's how couples end up growing apart. You know, like years down the line, you hear people say, "Oh, we just fell out of love. We just grew apart," because you weren't on the same path. Right? So when you find something that you guys are interested in, research it together. Learn about it together. Do it together. Experience new things together. That's how you...
And see, a lot of times, that's not how we, some of the marriages that we've seen, people just, they don't know about investing in themselves and reading financial books to be financially successful or for financial freedom. So everything is new because people, they don't really tell you or give you insight about it. So
Even if they went through it.
yeah, and I know that
after you went through it,
finances
and
is
they
like the
tell you,
number one
Right.
reason that a lot
Divorce.
for divorce. But you have to educate yourself about finances. It's more than just saving, like reading books, like you all said, to find out how to create revenue and generational wealth.
Stay
That's
networking,
it.
sponging,
Yeah.
passing notes. I call it passing notes, or each one to whoever you meet.
That's it.
And
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
'cause
Each one teach one.
Right.
That's very
Because
important.
when I don't do the clothes, I do the music. When I don't do
Yep.
the music, I do the acting, web series. I'm doing whatever. I'm whatever I got to do. I'm doing it
To make
And
that
I'm-
money.
and to make
Right.
sure I don't break my real life, trying to create that life.
Right.
I just make sure I can do what I can do in spurts. If I can do it in a spurt or a couple of weeks, I'll do it. Because when I did the clothes, it was a good overwhelming experience because I did better than I thought I would do, and I didn't really have nothing, but I did a lot, and that made me take a time out and get everything together because I had a lot going on.
I dig it.
And I had ended up getting sick, so I had to chill and really just chill and lay back and just chill. So now I'm getting back, building up and getting back with my contacts and everything, and filtering a couple orders and
Good.
just trying to just basically fill it out because it's been crazy year for everybody. It's been crazy.
It has been a crazy year.
I don't really want to be the
But-
first to.
But
get
understand
exit.
this. Understand this for you. Those of you who want to build wealth. Most people who are wealthy got richer during the pandemic. A lot of people did. Got broke. They got laid off.
Yeah.
Most people who build wealth got more money. They make more money now, right? Because the pandemic opened up a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities
Yes, it did.
for those particular
Yes,
people.
it did. And
So that's why
praise God, we ain't had no problems. It's
Yeah.
been a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
been
so
a blessing.
definitely, as I say, you guys, we wanted to give y'all some nuggets. Definitely educate yourselves in that direction. And then as for the financial plan, you said that one of the things that you wanted to do is you wanted to build wealth. From a black male perspective, one of the things that you're going to want to do, just from a black male perspective, grind your butt off for maybe this next 12 months. What you want to do is you want to get probably, if you don't have it already, you want to get about 6 months of living expenses put in the bank. Okay? So whatever expenses you guys currently have now, put it in the bank. At least 6 months, right? Because here's what I know as a black man, especially being a black man who dreams. You look at jobs differently than most people. Most people get a 9 to 5 and they hold on to that 9 to 5 with dear life and they're proud of the title that they hold.
Right.
Whereas entrepreneurs,
We
to
just
us,
hustling
it's
the job
simply a
like they
stepping
hustling
stone.
up. Yeah,
That's it.
You sound just like him.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
telling
God.
you. I'm telling you,
these
it's
stepping
a
stones.
job. Working for somebody else, building somebody else's dream for us is a means to an end. That's it. Because that's not our vision. That's not what we see for ourselves. So, with that in mind, it's going to be important for you to make sure that she's straight, right? And the way that you do that is by making sure that you have that savings in the bank in case something happens. You dig? But once you got that cushion, it will allow you the freedom to maybe, hey man, we about to roll out of town, bring some shirts, right? It will allow you a little more of that entrepreneurial freedom by having that money in the bank. So creating a financial plan every year, my suggestion would be you guys get together at the beginning of the year, write down your plan for the year financially as a couple. What do we want to accomplish this year, right? Get that money in the bank. And what happens when you write it down is you hold each other accountable.
It becomes real.
It's
Right.
real.
Yeah, like
It's real. So you hold each other accountable for what it is you said that you were going to do, right? So I don't want to take up too much of your time with that. I got a question. I'm about to ask him, and I'm going to look at you when he answers this question.
Okay.
As the man, as the head of your household, Mr. Bell, do you feel like all decisions need to end with you?
yes, yes.
Why, sir, do you feel that way?
Because I'm the man of the house, and it's certain things that I gotta look over and make sure that it's gonna be right. Because my girl is beautiful, and she's not of the man's world and come to certain business things,
Okay.
and certain things that people be on and be having. I'll be having to see the fine print like her lawyer. So like she do me, but I gotta on all decisions is me. We gotta make sure it's I'm gonna have to go out there and take the hits.
Okay.
And get blood, and everything, if it all go down. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be washing dishes and building people's houses. So I'm
Okay.
cut grass.
Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. We already had the corona. We ain't scared of you. Go on, do your thing. But anyway, so my question to you is, do you concur? Do you agree with what he just said?
I do agree, but I want to say one thing. Some things we agree
Yeah,
both
together.
collectively together with.
Yeah, we discuss.
We do. We do, but I can say my husband, he's very flexible with me.
Okay.
And patient. He's very patient.
Okay.
He's very patient because sometimes I have to be put in my place because I want to wear the pants too. But I can say some decisions we both can collectively agree on, and it's resolved.
Okay.
But what he said is right.
Wife, how you feel about that?
No, you answer first. So you answer first. Do you believe all decisions end with you, or are you what is it up for discussion?
I absolutely positively do not believe that. Here's why I don't. And I said it in the last show. I said for a long time as black people, we've tried to play the game and get ahead by their rules, right? Which simply meant that a man had a domineering posture in the household, right? All things had to go through him. But if a man marries well, he has a phenomenal teammate as a wife, okay? And if, in fact, you have a phenomenal teammate as a wife, we sit down and we make decisions collectively. You dig? And that's essentially what you said. You said usually we'll sit down and we'll hash it out together, which means that he married well, right? And I believe that she is more of my teammate. My job is not to dominate her. My job is simply to love her, as her job is to love me, not to dominate me. And the reason that I feel that we're successful and that we've been successful is because I'm able to take direction. She's able to take direction. She's able to take suggestion. I'm able to take suggestion, right? Just simply because there are times I don't know everything. But I have to trust that I made the right investment in the beginning and married well. right? So many times she tell, like, for instance, yin and yang. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. You called me before the show.
Well, no, tell them what this morning I said, babe. Did you confirm with?
We'll get there. Listen, listen. I don't operate that way. Now, if you scroll through some of our conversations, I've given you the name, the plug, ATL. I'm not great at the reiteration the day of, right? She's phenomenal at that. That's why we're a team. She sat there and she heard me talk to you, and she said, babe, why don't you call her and re-up on what's going on? I said, babe, that's not my strength. She said, well, I want to help you. She said, moving forward, I got you. So for anybody else who's going to be on the She Say, He Say show, when you get that day of confirmation, it's going to come from my partner, right? It's going to come from the person who I see as my equal. Does that make sense?
And it's all I agree. It's all about communication, because when we first started off, it was very hard for me to be submissive in that way. It was very hard for me to be like, you just decide, you just, you do whatever. And so as we've grown in our relationship, our communication has also grown, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we'll say, if he brings something to the table and I bring something to the table, but it's different, we'll say, okay, well, make your argument. Convince me why you say that. Why is that your reason or your response? Or he'll ask me, well, give me your argument. What's the benefit in doing it this way, or whatever. And so we can then come together, like you said, have a conversation about it, talk about it, and then he, like you said about your husband, is flexible enough or patient enough to be like, you know what, babe, you're right, that do sound right. Or I have learned to be like, you know what, you're right, that does make more sense. So it's all about the communication too. So it doesn't always have to end and start with you or end and start with you. It can be, just a team effort, whatever is better for our union and for our growth.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right. So I got another question for you guys. Right, before we getting down. I mean, it's a great conversation. I hate to leave, but we getting close to time. Right. So let me ask you guys this question: are you open to counseling and mediation?
Yes, we actually have counsel. We haven't got back with it, but before we got married, we had to get the little sit down talk. Get some of the heebie-jeebies and some questions or whatever.
Right.
Have, and, I'm definitely up for that, because this is a new thing. I don't really know too many good married couples, but a few, and I'm new to it. I want to learn everything, and the people that I want to get those jewels from, I can't. So it's like, I just go off the memory, and I got to go off the better of trying to get the knowledge. I did. Trying to just, we move forward. We try to both discover things and bring it to each other. Like, she bring me stuff, or we bring stuff to the table, and we just put it together and see how better we can make it.
Right.
That's a great attitude to have. Very
how
open.
We can use it to make us better. Because I told her my goal with her is for her to help make me a better man. Off me coming to, I never, I don't got friends that's married. I never been in nobody marriage. I never been the best man, or caught the book, the groom thing, nothing. That's the part of nothing. So,
that what you said is huge.
Yeah.
What you said is huge.
I'm in it alone, kind of. I'm in it alone. I can't really talk to
I mean, oftentimes we are who we hang around.
Yeah.
Right. And your problem is your struggle's gonna be if all your homies are single. Yeah. That's all you got.
It's like a butterfly effect. So now everybody still answers.
Yeah.
Did the butterflies. So I'm trying to find the butterflies. So,
I commend you for being the first one of the clique to step out there and say, I got a winner and I'm going to marry her. I'm going to lock her down. So try your best to surround yourself with brothers who are, who have taken that plunge. It definitely makes it easier. That's definitely.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Know that your friends are watching, even though they're not married. They're watching just to see. Well, old boy doing it. Let me see if one day I may want to do that or whatever. Yeah. They watching you. Another thing I will say is I commend you guys for doing counseling. Right, counseling is very good. I'm a advocate of mental. You have to stay on top of your mental health, just like we go to the doctor every year. You have to make sure that your mental health is up. But as a couple, you're still growing as individuals. So just because you said I do doesn't mean that you stop growing as an individual. You're just growing together in marriage as people. Right? So you still have the same dreams and stuff you want. You still have the same dreams and stuff you want. You're trying to navigate and figure out how to do that together. So I would definitely say, make sure that you guys stay with your counseling, whether it be a spiritual advisor or, whoever, you get that wisdom from. But just make sure that you stay with that, because do check-ins. You have to. You have to do check-ins just to make sure that, you all right? I'm all right. You all right? I'm all right. So you have to do that. That only strengthens your marriage.
And I would say you as a black man to black man, definitely, even without the wife, take time for yourself. If you find you a good counselor, I mean, as black men, we deal with so much in this society. You might need it more than what you know. So definitely, not only do you stay prayed up, but definitely always have somebody to talk to. Right. So that's a little more advice I can give both of y'all. That's very important.
Appreciate
So
that.
the last question, you guys have kind of spoken on it. But this is very important. You guys have given us a list of what the things it is that you plan to do, the things that you want to do, the things that you aspire to do for your child, right? So one of the most important questions is, and we kind of spoke on it, but I didn't get much from you. But one of the most important questions is, as a married couple, who are your examples? Who do you look to? Who do you pattern yourself after, if anybody? Sean.
I would say, because we are considered millennials, so I would say my cousin, she's in our age category. Her and her husband, they have been together for 12 years.
Okay.
So, I'm pretty sure they've had their ups and downs, but they remain solid. They have a good spiritual connection. They just have a good marriage. And, she always tell me that, James, he needs to be my best friend, and make sure that we have effective communication and stay prayerful. So that's one of the marriages that I look up to, that, because her and her husband, they are around our age. And I'll also say my great aunt and my uncle, they've been married for a while, and they have a good marriage.
Okay. All right. Give me somebody. I know you got somebody.
I can say my grandfather and grandmother, they've been together since the 20s.
Nice.
He passed away first, but they both passed away in their 90s. Been together.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's a blessing.
Beautiful. And you look to that as what you aspire to be.
Yeah.
All right. So you looking to do 90 with her.
And I also look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, because I look at the fact that they've been married, and despite their problems, they grow together, they're successful together, they break bread together, their kids are straight, educated, it seems like enormously, and they put the right things around in their life so they don't get separated or break apart really, and they on their business.
Yeah. Hey, not a bad group, not a bad couple to look up to. But as we begin to wrap it up, I really wanted to impress it. Really, what this is simply an example of what has to happen if we're going to be successful as black people in marriage, because marriage is one of the quickest and easiest ways to build wealth, but at divorce, marriage can take about 80% of your wealth.
Right.
So staying married is of the utmost importance. Okay.
It's easy to get married.
Yeah.
It's easy to get married.
Staying married is of the utmost importance. And the only way, in my opinion, that we do that is by doing what we just did. You had two married couples sitting down, just talking, sharing ideas, sharing examples, and just having real conversation about how we break those generational curses that you wanted to speak about, and that are so dear and important to you. But understand, our inability to marry is one of the most important hurdles that we need to overcome as black people, and the way that we see our women as brothers, and the way that we see our men, and way our sisters see our men. Those things I think are very important, and that's really what this was about today. Okay, so I want to thank y'all for coming out. I wanted to thank y'all for sitting down.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
Conversation.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
Yeah, man.
Great, very great conversation.
Yeah.
Transparent. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the way it's got to be. I can't bring y'all here. We can't lie to y'all. If we gonna try to give y'all a little something and receive something from y'all, because I got some stuff from y'all. Yeah. I got some stuff from y'all. So if I'm gonna give and receive, I got to be honest, right? So we definitely thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for rocking with She Say He Say. Tell y'all friends about the show, what we're doing this season.
Yes.
The episodes, like I said, about to roll out for you. So definitely be looking for it. Like, subscribe when you go to our YouTube page. And we got a lot more coming for you guys. So once again, thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
All right, everybody, good night.
Myself. Y'all have
Bye.
a great night.
Have a blessed one.
Bye.
All right.
That was good.
It was
it.
good.